In this video, we'll walk through the steps of simplifying using order of operations on these rational expressions. We have b squared over 2a divided by, and then the quantity, all in parentheses, b over a squared multiplied by a over 3b. So anytime you have any expression, you'll follow these order of operations, and we'll simplify what is inside the parentheses before we do anything else. So inside here, we're going to multiply b over a squared times a over 3b. So one thing that we can do right away is start canceling out some common factors. And when we multiply this, let me just make some marks on here. When you multiply fractions, and rational expressions are just large fractions, you just multiply straight across the top and straight across the bottom. That is, across the numerators and across the denominators. So our next step would just look just like this. All right, and I'm not making a division sign there. I'm just making this into one large multiplication, one large fraction, where you have b times a in the top and a squared times 3b in the denominator. Now we've got a common factor of b, so b cancels with this other b. So now we just have 1 and 3. And the a's cancel, at least one of the a's. So a squared minimizes to just a. So let's rewrite this now. I've got b squared over 2a, that's still outside there, divided by, now what was inside the parentheses, I'm going to write this without parentheses. We have 1 times 1 in the numerator, and then a times 3 in the denominator, which would be 3a. And so now we have b squared over 2a divided by 1 over 3a. Now when you multiply, or when you divide fractions, you multiply by the reciprocal, or copy dot flop. Sometimes you may have heard it said. So that is copy, and then dot, and then flop. Copy dot flop. So the flop is the reciprocal of this second fraction. Now we've got a multiplication problem, and again we're going to multiply straight across the top and straight across the bottom. The b has nothing to cancel with, but the a can be canceled. So we can cancel an a out of that and an a out of that. And I'm making a 1 here. It's like, so instead of 3 times a, it's 3 times 1. 2 times a, 2 times 1. So we have b squared times 3. So I'm going to write this final answer. B squared times 3 is 3b squared. And then 2 times 1 is just 2. So this is our final answer. So taking what we've had up here by order of operations, we've simplified the parentheses, or what is inside the parentheses first, and then this division problem turns into a copy dot flop, or multiply by the reciprocal, canceling out where we can. Okay, I hope that helps.